Welcome to the Carpool Talk Show with Melissa Plaskoff. Mothers, fathers, nannies, babysitters, and anyone else stuck in the carpool line. This is where you want to wait. And now, here's your host, Melissa Plaskoff.
Welcome to Carpool Talk Show. We're so excited to have you here today. I'm your host, Melissa Plaskoff, and I'm here with my co-host, Sarah Crilly.
Hey guys.
And Kevin E.
Hello, everybody.
Who is back in the house.
Back in the house, on the board. I know the name now. And we've been having a very fun morning. A lot of laughs. And I really like that song, Kevin. Thank you for using it so much today.
Oh, you are so welcome.
See, you're doing...
I'm sensing a little bit of sarcasm there. I think you're goofing on me a bit, but that's okay.
No, I love the music. It's really energetic. And
So everything good in everyone's life?
Yeah, can I pull back the curtain on you a little bit for a minute, Melissa?
No, you may not.
Well, what was wrong with your bra before the show? You kept saying something about it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Okay, so
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah,
There
yes,
are
you
bras.
do.
Well, no, what's a
I'm
bra
having-
problem? I don't
Okay,
know
I'm
what that
having an
is.
issue with, first of all, I wore a shirt today because my Stitch Fix outfit came.
Got it.
Okay, so I was like, oh, wow, cute little cardigan thing, great. What do I wear with it? Well, according to my Stitch Fix card, you wore a navy shirt. Well, I really was looking for navy options, but it couldn't have a sleeve, and it couldn't do this, and it couldn't do that. So this was the navy shirt. Well, as I'm leaving this morning without the cardigan on, or is this what you call a cardigan? I don't even know. My son says to me, Mom, I think you're showing too much skin. And I'm like, Hudson, really? He's like, I do not approve of that. And
So cute.
so I was like, and I'm sitting here, there's like a little keyhole thing in front. I'm like, no, I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to put on a sweater, and it'll be fine.
How old is Hudson?
Hudson's 10, but he's just so aware. And it's funny because I wonder how a 10-year-old even gets that into his mind of, Mom, you're just showing too much skin. Anyway, so I get here, and of course, he's right. My bra that I'm wearing, it had to be like a racer back, and so, but the clips.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so it goes in the back instead of a bra typically going like over your shoulder.
Oh,
This one
okay.
goes in the back for like a tank top because
Gotcha.
this top goes like this.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm doing a full showing here of this, not of the bra.
Some shoulder action.
And this particular bra clasps in front, but the problem is the clasp is showing through the keyhole, and it's making me very just uncomfortable and paranoid. So I mean, not that either of you would care. I really don't think Kevin would care. But
I just heard you mention it like 5 times before the show, so it was on my, I'm like, what?
I know, but after you've had 3 kids, if I were to take the bra off, we would be picking up my boobs off the ground.
No, clearly Melissa's very self-aware. However, she's gorgeous, and I love the outfit. And
And let me tell you, ladies out there, and again, this is me putting it out there for all of you who have had children and are looking to do a little mommy makeover.
yes.
I did that after number 2. I went under the knife, and I said I nursed 2 boys. Actually, I say that. I nursed my first for a year. Number 2 got about 6 weeks. And pros and cons to both. I love nursing moms all day long, and if I had the time and energy, I did have the milk supply. I would have done it for everyone else. But anyway, I went in and got a little fix-me-up, and then I had number 3. So I'm kind of back in the same position. I don't know what I will do.
So
but
how does that work with recovery time and when you've
Listen.
got kids? Do you need to?
I think when you have plastic surgery, you're wanting that surgery and you want the fix. There was no pain. I'm just all about like bring it, and as long as, and the first thing, I mean, I woke up from surgery and I was like, how do they look? I'm all drugged out, and the doctor just gave me this look like, you need to chill out. And I think it's funny, we were talking about this, about splurges that you do make, on yourself, whether it's plastic stuff or, anything for your appearance or shopping. Do you share that with your spouse, or do you kind of keep it a secret? What are y'all's takes on that? And I know I'm the only one married, but as far as, you have significant others.
I think there's things that are left to be mystery and left to be unsaid, and there's other things that you do share. Well, I don't know. Where do you draw the line, Melissa?
I want your take first.
There are plenty of things we don't need to know about, and we're fine with that.
Okay, so like give me an example, like bikini wax.
Ooh, that I want to know about.
Botox.
Don't want to know.
Don't want to know.
No.
Okay, interesting. So I love Botox. It's like my good friend.
You've
And-
almost sold me on it. Like, I'm about to go get some.
I know, I'm really good at selling things.
You want to go get Botox after the show?
No, I was there yesterday. So my kid had, okay, go ahead, I want to hear.
No, about the Botox?
Yeah.
So I am all about it. I haven't had it yet. I'm 25, but I do have these like crazy wrinkle lines on my forehead. the preventative, all that, because they're gonna be sealed plastered to my face
No,
unless I
don't-
add the Botox.
I think
Okay.
I have those too.
Well, you guys are very young, and you're very lucky. I'm not a dermatologist or a plastic surgeon, but here's my recommendation. I would wait because you kind of become immune to it. I've had to go back and forth between Botox and Dysport.
Really?
Yeah, but we're having a dermatologist come on to talk about melanoma in the carpal line.
Oh.
Did you know that your left arm in the car receives more sun exposure and sun damage?
That makes sense.
So we will have to ask
Ah.
the question for you too. Maybe we'll do a little in-studio Botox if necessary, but I really think you guys
So
are
necessary.
I think that would be
So
cool.
necessary.
Yeah, I would
Look at
love to
these
do
lines.
that.
So my
Can you count? 1,
stop.
2,
I mean,
3, no,
you're like, oh
Yeah,
God,
no,
it's
it's-
ridiculous. So yesterday, my sweet little boy, he had to have surgically 2 spots on his face removed. He's totally fine 6 months ago. So yesterday was his follow-up. What do? I said, okay, Parker, pull him out of school. We go to his follow-up, and I'm like, yeah, so while we're here, here's what I need. Send Parker to the hall. She's like, do you want to do this in front of him? And I was like, well, it's probably not the best idea. Send him to the hall, and yeah, I got my little fix. And it'll take a couple days, but it's just a lot. And I know it sounds so, oh my gosh, vain, but we all have our thing. And it's okay, now back to the original.
No,
Do I
I'm
tell my
fascinated with it, believe me. So how many did you get?
I don't know. I don't even ask. And it doesn't, as far as pain and recovery, bring it. I don't care because it's going to help me. I want this. I'm paying for it. I'm not a baby about it. It doesn't matter.
Hey, carrying a child for 9 months and going through the labor
God.
experience, there's nothing that can compare to that kind of pain. So
No, and the delivery, forget it. So my husband, I used to be like, gosh, I'm not going to really share this information. And now, I just kind of left the receipt out. And there was this morning, and that sounds like I work for him, but we have like our whole system of where receipts go. And so when I come home, I put the end of the day, I'll put my receipts in a certain spot. And you know what? I said, guess what? I stuck that receipt right there in my little spot next to the grocery. And this morning it was gone. Not a question, nothing. And so I think he's kind of grown to accept it. It's kind of like my keratin treatment. That's part of that, like it saved my marriage.
did it?
Yes.
A keratin treatment saved your marriage.
Absolutely. Because I think that the blowout, the drying your hair forever, and the sweating and the fighting, it was causing major problems. And so now I feel like I say, listen, you need to budget this 4 times a year. I've got crazy curly hair into the Plaskoff budget. And that way I can we just went out of town and I said, now see, isn't this better? He's like, it is better. So yeah, I would say the Brazilian blowout saved my marriage, or the keratin treatment, whatever. I don't know which one I get.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
Go
So
person.
no secrets. What secret? Well, tell me the secrets you keep from your girlfriend.
I don't know that.
But you're gonna share that, right? She'll know now.
Yeah, I'm honest to a fault. I don't really like to. I like to get everything out in the open, so I don't keep. Oh, by the way, speaking of getting things out in the open, guys hate the front clasping bra.
Okay. And why is that?
Why is that?
It's weird because it's different. It functions differently, and it's like, guys, we have a one-track mind. We were trained. We know how the one bra works, and then all of a sudden you throw something totally different in the mix, and we're completely and utterly confused.
But see, it's funny because that's the single guy and the younger guy. I think the married man is just so happy to get some action. I don't care. Maybe I
You're
mean,
probably right.
I mean, it's like pajamas, like you're in your nasty t-shirt, or if you're in this bra, it's more like, I think you just do it. You've got about a minute and a half, and that's it. And then you have a child knocking on the door.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, and then having different, styles and bras and whatever is like, oh, surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine life with crazy lingerie. Well, today we have a great show, and we're excited to have some experts to share interesting information on healthy remedies and money and friends. Stick around, and we will be right back. Welcome to the Carpool Talk Show. This is your host, Melissa Plaskoff. And we had such great feedback with our Reinventing Yourself segment last week. And we decided to just do another one this week. And we are learning that more moms and dads are finding their passion after children enter their lives. Our personal experiences and certain situations, good or bad, can make us experts rather quickly since we're living it day to day. Our next guest is Allie Raskin, and she is here to share her inspiring story. Welcome, Allie.
Thanks for having me, Melissa.
Thank you for being here. We're friends, and also I love your message and your journey and your story, and I can't wait for our listeners and viewers to hear all about it. Okay, let's talk about it. So tell us, before we get into where you are now, what was your first career?
So I spent 18 years in the telecom world. Right after college, graduated and worked for 3 major corporations throughout my 18 years. It was a great career, excellent career, for sure.
Traveling
On a very regular basis, before the kids multiple times a week, after the kids still probably at least once or twice a
So
week.
how did you go from that lifestyle to, what made everything change?
It was a little bit of happenstance, some misfortune that led to this, but also, I think if you're a positive person, you can take, some things that are unfortunate and make them into something very fortunate. And so when my little guy, my second child, was born, when he was 3 months old, he completely stopped eating, and really correlated food to pain. He was in misery, and I was nursing, and everything that I was putting in and on my body was making him just really, really ill. One of the worst cases that really got close to having to be put on a feeding tube. So fought through that, trying to make sure that he didn't have to have a feeding tube, and made a lot of changes in our home, from just literally taking a trash bag and throwing out everything in my bathroom and most of the things in my kitchen, starting from scratch. And then started traveling once he started doing better on my vacation time to nutrition conferences, really trying to get to the crux of how can I heal his little body, and not just his, but my husband was suffering from issues, my daughter. And so we made some significant changes in the years to come. And then at one of those nutrition conferences, was exposed to these therapeutic essential oils, and had some crazy aha moments as I was using them, that really opened my eyes to, wow, these are really powerful little substances here. And so I was just making my own concoctions out of them and putting in my handbag, and my friends were always asking me, like, what is that in your bag? What are you pulling out? What have you made now? And so from that led to me starting to teach other people about them, and it really was happenstance that things started to just grow and grow and grow.
And so ultimately you decided to quit your other job.
Yeah,
right?
So I went on a really fulfilling trip to Israel with 40 other women last fall, which allowed me to be away from my job, away from my family, and really have a lot of introspection on what do I want in my life.
But anywhere in Dallas, if you run into Allie, she's got her bag of tricks, and she can make you feel better. Before the show, I had this horrible earache, not lying, and I said, oh gosh, I wish I had this oil. I'm out of it because, of course, I've purchased oils from Allie. And she said, well, try this. No joke, earache's gone, headphones on, it's all good. And it's interesting because I'm that person, I'm still trying to cross over to, I would have probably popped a pill. And with what you're teaching through your classes is you don't always have to do that. Welcome back to the Carpool Talk Show. This is your host, Melissa Plaskoff. I have a question for you. How many times have you let a friend borrow money and they haven't paid you back? Friendships and finances, and again, like I said, I'm not talking about when I say, hey, let me pick you up a coffee, or I have kids with me. But in this particular situation, this friend, she should have paid her friend back, right?
Of course.
Okay,
yeah.
this has been months. What's the right thing to do?
Well, this is just, again, another subject about money that people don't want to talk about. And people just don't want to talk about money in general, but especially with friends, they feel awkward about it. So I think what people need to know is that they should never, ever feel awkward about getting money back from somebody that owes them money. I think they just need to be a little bit political maybe about how they go to the friend to get the money back, instead of making big assumptions and yelling at them, or hey, give me my money now, like Stewie in the Family Guy episode. So I think it's easier if you just go to them very nicely, whether it's an email or probably in person would be better, and just say, hey, I gave you this money, I didn't get the jewelry, so have you, I need you to pay me back, can you tell me when you can do that, or what happened, and just give them the benefit of the doubt, but also, you gotta call somebody out on it. Well, you have to be very careful, it's a very sensitive subject, and I think when people are friends, they need to pretend like they're not friends when it comes to money. Anything that's related to business or money, you have to treat it the same way you would if you were loaning money to a complete stranger. And that the reason that friendships end and get destroyed and businesses don't work out is because they're friends and they go into it thinking, oh, we've known each other forever, this is fine, they're going to pay me back. Where instead, even if you're just handwriting something, you need to have an agreement. You need to be on the same page. You need to talk to each other and say, okay, this is my expectation. I'm going to do this for you, and I need you to pay me this way. And they need to agree to it and even sign it. I mean, as silly as
And so
that
it doesn't
seems.
have to be something that a lawyer draws up or anything fancy, but just some sort of an agreement
Right.
where everyone's on the same page
Yeah.
and you have payments. Now, what if that person doesn't pay you back, or they say, you know what, I just can't, it's not working out for me? How do you handle that, or do you just eat it?
Well, whenever you loan somebody money, even a bank, you know, when a bank loans somebody money, there's always that risk. So you should not loan money that you can't afford to lose. Like